Hey everybody, Crystal Gamer here with a new how-to video for you. This one came about because I had a couple of people ask me how I did this up and down thing with the terrain and stairs for my mountain vacation home. So we're going to be looking at stairs and different terrain heights, which in a way will be a little bit similar to the video I put out a few weeks back on working with tiered foundation heights and stairs. Only here we're working with terrain instead of foundations, which I know is scary for some people, but it's really not that bad. I think it's just a matter of getting used to it. That said, I do think the two topics go hand in hand, and so it's possible that understanding how to work with tiered foundations might help some people to better work with stairs and tiered terrain. So I'll make sure I include the link to that video below and at the end of this video for anyone who hasn't seen it yet who might be interested in checking that out as well. So moving right on into it, I'm on the 64 by 64 lot in Windenburg because I want a lot of space to work with and it's one of the most beautiful lots in the game. Now, let's say I want to create a national park with a high overlook. Well, I'm going to want a natural looking hiking path from the ranger station or visitor center or wherever my base is. And that path is going to go up quite a bit to the overlook, which means I'm going to need a good deal of stairs. Okay, so how I'm going to do this is I'm going to start with this flattened to height thing right here. And I'm going to pick a spot, and I want to start out with it flat to the ground, and then I'm going to go up 5 steps. And I'm going to do that by hitting Control and the right bracket. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to create just a little mound there. And I'm going to keep going in increments of 5 or 10, maybe 15, probably 5 or 10. 5. And I'm going to create one little mound after another here. And I'm going to lead this up to the edge. Whoops, that was way too much. I accidentally held the button down. You don't want to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And maybe this next one I'll do at 10. That should be about 10 up. And here we go with that. And I'm just going to keep going and do this to the end. Okay, so I've made this one on the end a little bit larger and taller, and I'm going to just move this one over just a little bit so it meets up with it. And I control the size of the brush with the shift and the scroll wheel. So I just want to match those up a little bit. That's fine there. And now what I'm going to do, this is my path going to be going up, and now I'm going to create a path going down, doing the same exact thing again in increments of 5. Okay, so now what I have here is I left an open area here for our little ranger station or visitor center for our park, so we can just throw in a little place. We're going to make pretend that that's our little ranger center. And so now what I have is I have an area that's going to be our path going up and our path going down, and everything is in increments of 5, and that is really the key. That's the key piece, is that you have to keep it in increments of 5. Now I'm going to grab a set of stairs here. I don't know, maybe these. It doesn't matter. Whatever you like. You can grab whatever stairs you prefer. I'll just grab these for now. That's fine. I'm going to rotate them, and I'm going to start them right here. And then I'm just going to copy, and you're going to see stairs are just basically going to fall into these sections here. And that's because we're in increments of 5. So it stays perfectly even. The terrain stays perfectly even. Everything's great. I'm going to rotate this just to make things a little bit interesting. And you'll notice that my little plateaus are touching just a little bit so that I can traverse with the stairs like this. go. And so we're heading up. We're almost to the top. I'm going to turn the stairs a little bit again. Just trying to make the little path interesting. And here we go. So this is going to be our plateau area. This is going to be our overlook area with the view and all of that. And so once we're done, we can maybe put some railings and stuff up there. But for right now, we're just going to keep adding our stairs in. And now on this part, we're looking for our stairs going down. Our path going down. So this is a nice little hiking trail. I almost wish we had some stairs that kind of looked a little bit more rough, but there might be some. I'd have to look around a little bit, but whatever stairs you feel work for the project. And this is basically just to teach you how to work with stairs and terrain tiers anyway, so you might do some totally different type of project than this, but I just thought that this would show a pretty good idea of how to work with these tools. And so, yeah, we're almost done getting the stairs in. So now we have all our stairs in, and you might be thinking this looks totally unnatural, but it is going to get to look natural because what we're going to do with this is our stairs are now holding our places, and that's the most important thing. Our stairs are holding our places so that we can ultimately create a path for the Sims to go through this. But the next part here, we're going to kind of create a little bit of a mountainous hilly area. So I'm back in my terrain tools, again with the shovel and the shovel, and then I'm going to click this raise terrain, and I'm going to expand my brush out. Again, I use Shift and the scroll wheel for that. And so I'm just going to raise up these areas a little bit around, and I'm doing this with complete disregard for where my stairs are. I don't care about my stairs. I don't care if the terrain around them gets raised. That's fine, and you guys will see why in just a few minutes. And now I just shrunk down the brush, again using the Shift and the control wheel, and I'm going to shrink it down again, and I'm going to keep I'm making random areas of height. And I'm using the fastest speed, and I'm using kind of almost the softest brush, so it's not too harsh, these areas. But I do want to create something that looks a little bit natural and hilly and all of that. And that probably means making it a little bit more natural around this side too. Make this slightly harsher, expand the brush a little bit just so that I can get these up a little bit higher, faster. All right. So, and we can see our stairs are still in there. We have our stairs are holding our spaces for us. And so that's kind of a beautiful thing. So there we go. We have some kind of mountainous terrain. I'm going to smooth it out just a little bit so that it can look maybe a little bit more natural for this area. And there we go. And now we are going to use our stairs to build the path all the way. In this area, this might actually, I want it a little bit more hilly. I smoothed it out just a little bit too much. I want it a little bit more hilly around the stairs. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to create our path, and this is very easy. We go into this flatten terrain tool right here. I'm going to shrink the brush down a little bit, and I'm going to go to the base of these stairs, because what's happening here is the base of these stairs and the top of these stairs are holding our original terrain height. So I'm just going to flatten that area out here. Then I'm going to go to the top, flatten it out to the next set of stairs. And if you want to check to make sure that everything's matching up, just click G and you can see your yellow grid. Now I tend to work without this grid. It's just my preference. I like to see the terrain a little bit more. But if you prefer to see the grid, then just hit the G and you can see exactly where everything is and how your Sims can traverse. And as long as it doesn't necessarily have to be 100% yellow, like you can have areas like this, as long as it's real close. If the terrain goes up and down just a hair, it's not going to matter. The Sims can traverse it. They can traverse small angles. They just can't traverse large angles, steep angles. So more shallow angles, not a problem. So if it's one or two, if you miscount on the stairs or something like that here or there, no big deal, as long as it's not, a huge incline that you're asking them to go up or down. Make this area just a little bit higher. There we go, and I'm going to smooth it out just a hair. Now I'm going back here, reduce the brush size again, and redo this path again so that it lines up. There we go. I'm just trying to make the terrain look a little bit natural. And here's our other stairs. There we go, and if I put the green on, I can see our Sim should be able to traverse no problem. Of course, this section here looks like they might maybe fall off the mountain, so maybe I want to stick in a railing. I think the one that kind of looks good here is the one called Don't Fall Fence. That seems very appropriate to me. So I'm going to stick that in over here so that my Sims don't fall down, or at least give that appearance there. Maybe straighten this out just a hair so that doesn't look so unnatural. There we go. And now we go, this is our top area. We have hit the top. All right, so now I want to flatten this out because I'm creating the overlook here. So I want these two stairs to match. I have the stairs going up and the stairs going down. And here's our little overlook. And these stairs are going to match. And maybe we want to heighten this up a little bit more. And you can play with it and make it look however you like. You know, you can change it around however you like. And the beauty of this is no matter how much you change it, the stairs are still going to be there and they're still holding your path in check. So you can always change what's around them and just go back to them and recreate the path from one set of stairs to the next. Here we go, creating the path in there, and there's some steep terrain around that, so that kind of looks cool. And our Sims have a good walking area, and the terrain kind of looks neat. And I'm going to keep doing this all the way down. Okay, so now we have kind of this little mountainous region, and the next step to start making it look natural is to add in some terrain paint, which is over here. So I'm going to quickly add in some paths for us just to give the look and feel of this. Okay, so now we have a nice little path going all the way through, and you can already see how it's starting to make it look a little bit more natural. And up here we have our overlook. I changed the terrain a little bit. You could put regular floor tile here or whatever you want in a section like that, you know. But so this shows you how the stairs go through, and it sort of gives a natural looking path. Some of the stairs are more open on either side. You could maybe add trees in, and others are pretty kind of narrow and closed down over here. And so the next big step would be to add in some vegetation. And so obviously I could keep going and adding in a bunch of stuff, but I'm just, you know, more vegetation and whatnot, but just trying to give you an idea of this. And in this section here, I'm just going to add in a little pond at the base of our kind of mountainous area. There we go. And so that's a little bit lower down, maybe it looks a little bit more natural. You could maybe have water flow into it or something like that, but I can make a pond there, and I can maybe soften the terrain around it a little bit. There we go. And then obviously changing the color and the watercolor and adding in some vegetation would make that look a little bit more natural as well. But this gives you an idea of how you would create some kind of nature park like this. So anyway, I hope that this helps you guys work with foundations a little bit more and being able to work with stairs and tiers. The big thing to remember, as I said, is increments of 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, all the way up, and you can get stairs to go. And just use that flatten to height here in increments of 5, and your stairs will go no problem. And so if you like this and you thought it was helpful, please do hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. And if you are subscribed or not, make sure you hit the little bell for notifications so that YouTube lets you know when I post new videos. Thanks so much for spending the time with me today, and I hope to see y'all back again next time. Bye now.